I'm doing a little video on my switch to the Macintosh system or the OS 10 platform from the Windows platform. I've always used Macs, but in the last let's say 1 or 2 months, I've used Mac as my primary operating system. Before that, I was mainly on the Windows platform. So I started my switch to Mac about 2 months ago. And when I started, I didn't want to jump right in. I'd seen a few people who jumped right in and did okay and loved the new platform, loved working on the Macintosh system. But I also saw one or two who were unhappy with the switch and ended up just running Windows on their Mac system. So I thought either way I'd be fine, but I still didn't want to do the switch. So what I started with is what I have over here. This here is an old iBook G4. You can tell it's got a little hinge here. This system is actually not. Actually, it's older. It's pretty old at this point. I can't even remember. I don't remember when this model was made, but it was. It's one of the later models. It's 1.33 gigahertz. This system happens to have two gigs of RAM in it, and it has it's a basic system. It has a PowerPC processor in it. The system is very, very basic. It ran fine. I ran Leopard on it, full-on Leopard. It ran fine, no problems whatsoever. It basically did everything I needed it to. I used that system primarily for, say, a month maybe, a while, about a month. I loved it. I could not get away with it. Before, my primary system was a netbook actually, and before my main Windows system was actually another laptop. It was an HP laptop. I never show it in the videos because it's all the way over there. It's just sitting there. But my primary portable laptop was this netbook. It ran Windows 7 fine, and it had everything I needed on it. And I was running Windows 7 at the time, and I loved it. But I thought I'd do the switch to Mac. So basically what happens is I carry both of the laptops. I have them both here. I'm pointing to them right now. Both of the laptops in my bag. I got the Mac, and the first day I used the Mac 50, and I used the Windows 50% of the time, so 50-50 kind of thing. The next day I started using the Mac a little bit more. It became where it was 75% I was using the Mac, and then it became when I was 100% I was just using the Mac, and the PC just kind of sat in my bag. It always sat. I always kept it in my bag just in case there was some point where I needed to get onto the Windows operating system. But I found that I didn't really have any issues. I wanted to play games, so I had games on the Mac. I did play games on it. I played some of the games, my favorite games. Quake 3 is, at this point, still my favorite game, and I do have Crysis, and I do have all the newer games. I have both the Crysis games. I have I used to have BioShock. I have Gears of War, and I have all the Halo 2. I have all the top games, but I love playing Quake 3, which played on this system fine. My second favorite was Unreal Tournament 2004, so that played on there as well too. So I really didn't. The switch wasn't very painful for me. So I switched the platform. I started using Microsoft Office on the Mac platform. Eventually, I switched to iWork. Or Pages, and I love that. That was no problem to me whatsoever. So I enjoyed being on iWork, and I used all the iLife programs, and I really enjoyed the computer. The computer itself, I only paid about $200 for. That was part of not really jumping right in. I only paid $200. So worst case scenario, I would sell it again on an online site like Craigslist or something if I didn't like the system. But I really did like the system. I then switched to my MacBook. I purchased it from a guy. Still, I was covering kind of thing. If I didn't like it, purchased it from a guy for about $500, and then I spent about $100 on upgrades for the system. I purchased a 500 gigabyte drive for it, and I purchased 4 gigs of RAM for it. It was a very, very good deal. It was about $100, not including shipping. So it was $150 to maybe $200 in upgrades. it was more 150, but it was fine. I really this laptop, I love this laptop. Out of all the laptops I've owned, and I've owned quite a few laptops, um, I think this is one of the best laptops I've owned, and it's a Mac, and I love using the Mac platform. After that, I soon started getting a few more Macs. My primary desktop system is a souped-up G4 system. It's 1.5 gigahertz with about 2 gigs of RAM in it, and it's a souped-up. It's an old G4 system with upgrades, a lot of upgrades, and a new graphics card. I just basically got as many parts as I could and threw them all into the system, and that works great. That's my my primary desktop system, and it's not. I don't use a desktop a lot. I'm mainly on my laptop, so it was great. So I have this, and I still have the G4 iBook. So I've completely switched over to Mac. I really do enjoy it. I still do use Windows. I still use this. This is my primary, or this is my primary Windows computer, and it's mainly my down the line about the third laptop I use. When my MacBook is being upgraded, updated, or other kind of thing, or it's somehow not in use, I switched back to the iBook. I have the exact same. I basically have the exact same boot camp backup that I have on my MacBook. I have it right on this iBook. This iBook has quite a few upgrades in it as well. It actually has a bigger hard drive as well, so it can handle all that kind of stuff. So if I have a problem, I basically hook the iBook back up, throw my not my boot camp, my time machine back up, throw that on the iBook, and away I go. So I don't really have any issues. I don't really find I need to use Windows a lot. A lot of my work is in a Mac, or in the Mac platform, OS 10. Primarily, I use Leopard. I do have Snow Leopard, and I am running that right now. So I really haven't had any problems after my switch. I don't feel I'm going to switch back. So it was a relatively easy switch for me. I will never leave Windows completely. I still do use Windows I guess I don't use it every day, but I still use Windows a lot compared to Linux. I use Linux as well, but I still use Windows sometimes when I need to do certain things. It's never that I can't do it on the Mac platform. It's just more when I want to test software kind of thing. I'll use a Windows system, or if I want to play a game, I'll go onto my Windows system. For gaming now, though, I have a boot camp partition on this MacBook, and this MacBook seems to handle most games. I play Crysis on this system. Not everything on high, everything on I think medium is. I think I could put it on high, but I don't know how well it would handle it. But everything is on medium, and I'm happy with that. I'm not a big gamer. Like I said, my favorite game is Quake 3. So I'll never be a hardcore gamer like some people. But if I want to play a game, I'll switch to my boot camp partition, go on Windows, or I do have a system here that's capable of playing hardcore games on it. It's not like a hardcore gaming rig or anything, but it does have the specs to play most games. So I can throw a game in that, and really I'm very happy with the switch. If you're going to switch to Mac, the solution I can give you is, the steps I can give you is don't jump right in, because I have seen people who don't like it, and basically Macs are expensive. So if you're going to switch to Mac, I suggest getting a knockaround system, or buy a cheap system from someone, or use a Mac that someone else has before you actually purchase the system. But other than that, I love my Mac system, and I will continue to really enjoy it. If you have any questions about my switch, feel free to email me at TheZRTECH@gmail.com, or if you have any comments, please leave it in the comment section. I hope to make more videos, and if you want to get notifications about that, please hit the subscribe button. And also, if you could give me a few stars for my trouble, would be greatly appreciated. So thank you very much for watching, and thank you.